Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another of our science lessons. Today's topic will be about forces and work. From our lesson, you will be able to explain what we mean by work as it relates to science and also be able to tell when work is done. In our previous lesson on forces, we learned a few key facts as it relates to force. We learned that a force can be a push, a pull, or a turn. We also learned that a force is needed to make things move. If you have not watched that video about forces and motion, I highly request that you do so before continuing with this video. But if you have, well, let's proceed with learning about the relationship between force and work. When it comes to work, force is needed. But what is work in science? Well, in science, we say that someone has completed work only if a force causes something to move. Again, work is done only if a force causes something to move. What do we mean by this? Well, let's consider some examples. Imagine you're at a table sitting with a group of friends. There are two books which you all are looking at. For one of the books, the students are just focused on one particular page. They spend a good amount of time reading the information on that page. For the other group of students, they are interested in seeing all that the book contains, so they turn the pages throughout the book. Which set of students is using a force to cause movement? You are right. The students who are turning the pages are causing the pages to move. Therefore, this set of students are in fact doing work. The other set have done no work because they are not using any force and nothing is moving. Here's another example to think about. Imagine you are riding a bicycle down the street. Are you using any force to ride this bicycle? Most definitely. You have to push the pedals to make the bicycle move. As you keep pushing, the bicycle moves forward. So question, are you doing any work while riding your bicycle? I agree with you. You are working because you are using a force and the force causes the object, which is the bicycle, to move. Now, for our final scenario, imagine you are pushing against a wall. You push and push with all your might. What is the result? Well, most definitely you will be tired. But would the wall have moved? I don't think so. For a certainty, you are not able to make the wall move with just your human strength. Therefore, though you have used force, and a lot of it I may add, your efforts have not caused any movement whatsoever. Therefore, you have done no work. Remember, work is done only when a force moves an object over a distance. And here are some key facts to remember. The greater the distance an object is moved, the greater the amount of work that is done. Also, the heavier the object that is moved, the greater the amount of work that is done. So now that you understand what is work as it relates to science, and you now know when work is done, it's time for you to do an activity to test your knowledge. Do you remember the story of the three little pigs? Well, let me remind you. There were 3 little pigs who had become grown and left their parents' home to build a house of their own. The first little pig built his house out of straw. The second little pig built her house out of sticks. And the third little pig built his house out of bricks. There was a big bad wolf that wanted to eat all the little pigs. He went to the first little pig's house where he huffed and puffed and blew it in. The little pig escaped, however, and went to his sister's house. When the wolf got to the second little pig's house, he huffed and puffed, and the stick house collapsed. The 2 little pigs escaped and went to the third little pig's house. Upon arriving, the wolf huffed and puffed again in order to blow the house down. However, no matter how hard or how long he tried, he could not blow the house down. So now, thinking about the story, you are going to answer these questions. The first question is, what kind of force did the wolf use in trying to blow down each house? Secondly, on which house do you think he used the most force? Remember to give reasons for your answer. Thirdly, did the wolf do any work when he blew on the house made of straw and sticks? You will need to explain your answer. Finally, did the wolf do any work when he blew on the house made of bricks? Again, you will need to provide justifications for your answer. Once you have answered these questions, share them with your classmates and your teacher. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, you are to subscribe to the channel so that you can receive notifications when a new video lesson is released. See you in the next lesson. Bye!